Yet another open house from the GwS Learning Guild. Today's topic is something that is close to my heart, and I'm sure close to a number of people here. AI in learning, is it a friend? Is it a foe? Or is it the future that we are all looking forward to? The idea of these open houses is not to make a presentation, not to share gyan, but rather engage in meaningful discussions. And what Grow with Satori does is we pull together all the discussion, we convert it into a PDF which is quick and easy to consume for the larger benefit of the L&D audiences. That's what we do here in this open house. With that, a couple of ground rules. Would love to see all of you on camera. I love talking to people rather than to myself. So please turn on your cameras. We are a small population. Maybe some others may join, may not join. So please keep the discussions open, unmute and speak whenever you choose to. If you find that you are speaking over each other, use the digital raise hand so that we can, uh, connect in that order in which hands were raised. If you choose not to be recorded, we respect your choice, but I would love for all of you to be turned on. Totally understand. Thank you so much for the update, Abhijit. Um, all right. With that, what we are going to be doing is Q&A. We'll ask questions of each other, respond to each other, and we'll see what we are able to collate. Um, I'll start with a basic question. We all know that AI is transforming all industries, is touching everyone's life. Please put on your learning leader hat and say, is it truly helping you learn better or learn faster? So my question is AI helping you learn better or learn faster? What would you say?
Both, I believe, better and faster.
Say, do you want to expand on that? Why do you say both?
Earlier, I better and faster because today I have on the mobile any topic, and even if I don't understand something, I can, prompt it in a particular way so that it understands me, and it is like more of individualized rather than me searching something. Somebody else is searching it for me and giving it to me, so it's very simple.
Yeah. So it is both um, learn better and learn faster. Um, any other thoughts, responses? People who agree with Amit, people who disagree with Amit? Yes, Asavri, please share.
I think we are learning to get a core job done faster and learning how to use AI better.
Lovely perspective. Yes, it is helping us do our jobs faster. And lot of our learning is how to use AI better. Can't agree more. What else? Yeah, I was just reading up a couple of research pieces a couple of days ago. And one thing that really caught my attention was that starting 2025, more than half of L&D leaders, not just leaders, half of L&D is not just experimenting with AI. So there is a huge shift from will AI be adopted to how am I going to be using AI? And that's what Asabri, you were mentioning, right? How are we going to be using AI better to do our jobs? Hi, Sanjeev, welcome. So if I were to ask all of you, where in your spaces are you using AI? If you could tell me what do you do with that AI? And if you can also call out the tools, AI tools that you are using, that will really be helpful. You can just speak. I don't need to go through one by one. Hi, Sanjeev. Welcome. So, Sanjeev, I'm asking people what AI tools are they using and what are they doing with those AI tools? I can get you started, and because I'm starting, I get the privilege to start with what a number of you would have said. Yes, I use a lot of GPT. And how I use GPT is in a couple of ways. One, I find myself to be able to think and speak faster than I can write and type. So I dictate to Microsoft Word my thoughts. So there is no breakage, there is no waiting for me to type it out before I move to the next thought. So it's more genuine, more me. And then I put it onto a GPT and say, can you please clean it for grammar and punctuation? And it does a great job. That is one thing that I'm really using GPTs for. I also use GPT for helping me with some design. What kind of activities can I use? What kind of um, interventions will help embed this learning better? So those are the couple of areas in which I use, and I would love to hear from all of you. How are you people using it? Sanjeev agrees. Yeah. Go ahead, Preeti. Welcome.
Hello. So I use ChatGPT for uh, identifying the right case studies for different audience that I'm delivering to or designing programs for.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would use Google too earlier, but I think the time I spend on searching is greatly come down after I started using GPT. It gives me very clear links, or it gives me a very crisp one pager about the case study that I can put to use. That's one.
Wonderful.
And when I have to create assessments for a training, I
Mm-hmm.
think it's easier to create scenario-based assessments now. Earlier, I had to really scratch my head to come up with scenarios that look very different from each other, and it would take at least 2 or 3 hours to come up with 10 questions because I would more have to like really think through. But now I think it's hardly 10 to 15 minutes. Of course, we can't use what GPT gives directly. A lot of deliberation has to go into it, but yeah, it has significantly broadened the time I spent.
Yeah, so bring in that breadth and flavor and that knowledge that's out there. It gets that to you
Yeah,
quickly, and then of course you clean it up and put it out for your audience. Thanks,
yeah,
Preeti. Yes, Amit.
So basically, because I'm into learning and development, it has made my job easy end to end, right from analysis to delivering, probably not delivering except for the delivering, which I do. Otherwise, in some course of time, I think even the AI will come and deliver my
You
talk.
will deliver. Yeah.
So for me, it's like right from analysis, design, development, and then back again into documentation. So most of my job, I think I can reduce because I had a training department at Himalaya. So I can reduce half of the people. I mean, they can be put and deployed somewhere else into more of skill development rather than knowledge development because I come from pharma background and whereas knowledge is very at the core. So most of
Yeah.
our trainers are building knowledge, but I think skill is the way to do. So I would love to deploy half of my field force now into developing skills, like behavioral ones, rather than building knowledge. For knowledge, I don't require so many people. So yeah, it is
Wonderful.
scary also. It's scary
It
also
is.
because
It
most of
is.
them will lose their jobs if they are not
Hmm.
updated.
Lovely point. While we would love for AI to help us do things faster, streamline things, there is also this fear, will AI take away my job? Yeah. What do you think L&D leaders can do to preserve their job, to safeguard their jobs?
I yesterday did this exercise with my team. Sorry, I'm
Hmm.
barging in again, but
Please, please. We love the wisdom in the room, so please go ahead. Hi, Raghav. Welcome.
so thank you so much, Shanti.
Hmm.
Yesterday we did this exercise and we jotted down which all AI tools are there which help us create better videos, engaging material, content. And when I asked this question, and I asked them to be very transparent to grade themselves on the basis of beginner, intermediate, expert, and advanced. So when I asked these four different AI tools,
Hmm.
they were hesitant because nobody was even intermediate. We were all beginners. So, as
Ah,
learning and development fraternity, we should keep on investing and check on our competencies to build on various AI based tools. I think this is one thing which we can do. Start mapping ourselves. Most of the programs also, Shanti, which I have
yeah.
attended in the past,
Yeah.
apart from prompt engineering, nothing comes up. I'm really fed up of
Yeah,
attending all the programs saying,
prompt
whatever it is
engineering
all about
workshops.
prompting,
Yeah,
prompting, prompting. So for prompting, I can ask even the chat GPT to teach me how to prompt. So
yeah.
that is not a big deal. My here concern is how, as Asawari was mentioning, how
Hmm.
to ease my job and how quickly I can learn from it. I think this is very much required.
Lovely. So we would want the training programs to teach us beyond just prompt engineering. We would want to learn how can I make my role easy, whether it is analysis, whether it is design, whether it is development, whether it is delivery. How can I make my job easier? I would completely agree. Wonderful.
Correct. Thanks.
What else can L&D do to safeguard their roles? Happy to see you, Raghav.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I wanted Amit to complete his statements. And good
Yeah.
afternoon, everyone. Good to see you, Shanti, ma'am. I have been working quite a lot since last 1.5 years when it comes to AI. One of this very specific area, what I have seen in terms of learning and development team is adoption of AI using career paths or designing content for different career paths within the organization. How
Hmm.
can you structure a course? How can you do better storytelling with a course? How can you create better quizzes or better assessments for product training, process training, rather than just relying on the simple LMS tools? That's one
Lovely.
trend that I have seen.
Yeah, and the other question, are you able to answer? What can L&D do to safeguard their roles? They don't want AIs to be doing their roles.
Everyone can do a lot of work when it comes to AI. And instead of saying it's an artificial intelligence, I call it assisted intelligence.
Hello.
Hmm.
L&D team can
Okay.
do a lot when it comes to
Sure. Just give me 5 minutes. I'll just come back.
can do a lot of
Yeah,
work when it comes to AI. It is the most important thing is how ready is the organization to see AI coming into a part.
yeah, yeah.
That is one of the most important thing. We all talk about AI, but people are so lost when it comes to prompting, understanding what tool to use, how to design the personality of the tool. A lot of people don't even know the settings. They just keep telling, become an expert, do this, and that's where the hallucination comes with AI. It is more about understanding what contributions do I want to make using an AI tool.
Yeah, I love the phrase that you used, Raghav. How can I work with AI, give it a personality that will be most effective when it works with me? Yeah. And there's a lot more beyond prompting that we need to learn to personalize our GPTs for ourselves. Wonderful. So, welcome lots of new people. I can see Nupur, Yamini, Jerome. What we were talking about, people, is where in the L&D space have you used AI already? And what are you doing to safeguard your roles? So, we had covered two questions. I'm asking both of them together, and you can answer for your respective areas, organizations, and let's see what emerges. Okay, Nupur has lost her voice. We'll use chat. Please take care, Nupur, and I will keep an eye on the chat as you respond. Any further
On a
responses on?
Yeah, on a
Yeah,
lighter note, I hope they are not using ChatGPT to get this answer.
to get this answer. Yeah, why not? I am so curious. I would love for us to see, okay, I am going to do that. I'm going to share my screen, open a GPT, new tab, and let's see what GPT says. That's such a lovely exercise to do. Um, okay, to do skills gap analysis. I know, these docebos of the world, and what is it called? There's one more that where it looks at people development data, it looks at new roles that are coming in and gives, this is the kind of skills you will need, but your people don't have these skills. It gives you that data. Um, Personalized learning paths, a lot of what Raghav was talking about, content creation, curation. I think this space is most comfortable to me. Other spaces I'm yet to use. Adaptive learning, yeah. Adaptive learning is basically online content that customizes itself to the need. It will be the same set of modules, but if somebody who knows module 1, 7, and 9, it'll do a pre assessment and say, oh, you already know 1, 7, and 9, you don't need to redo that, do only the remaining modules. Whereas somebody else who takes the pre assessment and figures out there are more pieces of content they will take. So I've experienced adaptive learning, so I know this works. Virtual coaches, chatbots. I am a coach, so it really hurts that virtual coaches are simply amazing, simply amazing. However, they are amazing in terms of the initial session in coaching, the initial goal setting. What I have not yet seen AI coaches yet be able to do is around observing silence, noticing silence. I mean, we've been able to train to understand what we are saying, how we are saying, so that it can understand very well and pretend to be a coach, but it is yet to read silences. I'm sure there are AI coaches that read facial expressions and all, uh, but I haven't experienced one yet. Simulation role plays wonderful. Measurement evaluation, I think all of us should be using it. Continuous learning. Awesome. I'm going to ask the second question to AI too. What can L&D professionals do to keep pace with AI in the learning space? Okay, let's see. Build AI literacy, reimagine roles, not replace them. That's a wonderful input. Any thoughts on how might you want to reimagine roles and not replace them in your organizations? Quiz generation, Preeti, what you said exactly. Yeah.
Sharing something um, beyond work.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
I
think we
was
also can
preparing
use
my.
it as a bouncing. Yeah.
Please go ahead, Amit.
Ishita, I've been doing a lot of talking, so please.
Thank you. So you can go after me. So I recently used ChatGPT to create a generic PowerPoint presentation in a card shape uh, for an upcoming assessment for my preschooler. It
Mhm.
was about birds, different type of birds, their body parts, this and that. And uh, being a young child, she is very inquisitive about how mama uses the laptop.
Mhm.
And now I prepare her using this laptop. And this is another mode, apart from playing and learning with me. This is another mode that I've started adapting, asking ChatGPT to use all these content, create cards for it, and then we play with it. She knows how to use the cursor keys and move around the PowerPoint presentation. Yeah.
That's such
And
a lovely use, Ishita. If you can't fight it, befriend it. Yeah,
yeah,
you can't tell a kid not to be on the screen all through the day, but make the screen time more productive, more useful, more engaging. Wow, wonderful. Love that example. Amit, you were going to share something?
Yeah, I use it more, because when you grow in your uh, field, at the
Hmm.
top you're alone and you need someone to bounce. You can't. Okay, people speak about vulnerability and all. Okay, but
Mhm.
let us be very true how vulnerable we are to our teams, right? So
Mhm.
sometimes I use this as a bouncing board to myself. I talk to it,
Yeah,
saying, okay, what can I do further? How can I do this and that? So I think I am using it a lot as a bouncing board for myself to
that's the
validate some
next
things
one.
from my.
Exactly. Yeah. And to
So this is
validate
helping.
our thinking. Absolutely, absolutely. And one use case, I don't know whether while Preeti was saying or Asabri was sharing, that came to me where I use it extensively, is to help me search for YouTube clips. So I know the movie Lagan in that particular scene is exactly what I want to convey in my workshop. I'll say, Lagan in that scene, when Bhuvan says this and this is what happens, can you get that clip for me? And magically, I won't have to search the YouTube. ChatGPT will give me links. Or I will say, from that movie, can you give me that clip where the, teacher says this to the student, and this is what I wanted to cover. So it really speeds up. Otherwise, I would have spent hours looking for the video, downloading it, cutting it, snipping it. I think it really eases. It'll say, here is a YouTube link. You can take from 3.42 seconds to 5.56 seconds. It'll be that precise. And it really saves time. Thank you for doing that. Stay curious and keep experimenting. If I were to ask all of you, what is that one thing you plan to experiment with in the next week, 10 days, before the new year, within this calendar year, what would you say? And for this, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to do a round robin so that we hear from everyone. Yeah, I'll go in the order in which I'm seeing on my screen. Asavri, AI in learning, one space that you're going to be using it in.
Using it for videos is a good idea. I've never used it before. It's primarily been for written content.
Hmm.
So to locate the source,
Of the videos.
yes.
Wonderful. Yeah. Amit, something that you've not been doing so far. What's the new AI use you're going to try?
Analysis, I believe, because data will
Mhm.
make the decisions. So I think more of data crunching and what I can't think beyond the slicers and all that stuff. Uh, so I think, yeah, data would be the thing. Analysis more of.
Wonderful. Chandramouli, what are you going to be doing?
On a lighter note, Chandramouli is the director, so probably more of content
More of content
or storyboarding.
or storyboarding. Let's see. What's your thought? If you're saying something, we can't hear you. Your mic is unmuted, Chandramouli, but we can't hear you.
Am I audible to you?
Yes, you are.
I'm using AI like some kind of
I
courses, man. I will use AI learning to practice more and more and focusing on the
practice practice a new skill that you're learning. Is that
yes,
what
ma'am.
you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Ishita. Ishita, you still there? We'll come back to you, Sanjeev. I'm going to read out what Nupur has put in the chat. Design roles in L&D for value addition, curation, insight generation, strategic input. Let AI free space and time in our calendars. Absolutely. Partner with us. Was going to say, I really haven't used video. So you're going to be using AI to generate video. Sure. Why not? Preeti.
So just today morning, coincidentally, one of my team members mentioned that when I have from the repository of files that we have, if I'm looking for something, I can just go to Copilot and save from all the files on my system. I'm not able to find this one slide which depicts this maybe, and it'll locate it for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is something
Awesome.
I just used while talking to you just 2 minutes ago, and it did figure it out for me. So I think, yeah, that's going to be a lot of saving time for me.
Wonderful. Raghav.
Right, Shanti. So okay. So I use multiple tools. My go-to tools are ChatGPT and Perplexity. Except that I use Gamma and other tools, Napkin.ai to draw flowcharts, infographics, and so forth. What I've recently started practicing is challenging ChatGPT onto various other aspects and scrubbing the surface area.
Hmm.
So what happens is if I ask it to write a content or design something for me or even analysis, I ask him to become a devil. So I would literally
Hmm.
say, you are a devil, re-engineer the entire thought. The kind of aspects it throws out is very different. So now what I'm doing is on my day-to-day basis, I'm challenging it to scrub the surface area.
Awesome.
That's where my focus has been, and I use it for a lot of work for my conversations. I can even go on to that level that I say when my clients ask me how am I doing, what kind of innovative replies I can give. So on a scale of 10 on 10, I'm good, or I'm doing wonderful, cruising at a high altitude.
Ooh.
I'm 10 on a sphere of fighting with my inbox. Oh, I'm good, 10 on 10, and I'm working like a well-oiled machine. So these are the kind of aspects ChatGPT gives me. And similarly, I can actually ask different ways of asking how are you doing. So
I would love to do that because how are you is the most abused question, right? How are you? I'm fine. The typical question and answer that has no meaning, if not asked differently or answered differently. Wonderful. Thanks, Raghav. Rishabh.
thing I want to add before Rishabh
Yes,
gets on.
please.
Also, there is a way that you can actually ask ChatGPT what are your own questioning ability to ChatGPT. So there is a very specific prompt that is available that
Hmm?
entire aspect and looking at all the data that it has for all the users across the globe. All the users across the globe. How is my questioning ability to you? And ChatGPT will actually give you on a scale of 0 to 10 where do you stand. I've actually scored 9.8 and I'm very proud of it because till now the only
Wow.
person closer to me is a designer who's making an LLM and he has scored 9.3.
Wow.
So that's something you guys can all try.
Will do. Will do. Good food for thought. Thank you. Yes, Rishabh.
In my point of view, we have to use AI for our course generation, like we have to use it for avatar creation. So we can
Mhm.
enhance our content journey fastly. We can, instead of human instructor, we can use our AI avatar to instruct in the course.
I have been reached out on LinkedIn by such service providers who say, Shanti, you send me a small clip of yours and a whole
Yeah,
script. We will create the video for you in a jiffy. You want to
yeah,
try that? I'm so scared. If they can do that for a video, they can do that for anything. What
yeah,
are
ma'am.
the various misuses? And we'll come to fears, but then yeah, that is my biggest fear. Thank you,
So the,
Rishabh. Yeah.
yeah, ma'am. And another point is we are using Claude. If you want to generate any quiz and questionnaires, you can use Claude AI. So you can upload your material there, and then it will generate Qs and questionnaires there.
Questions.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. You're there, Smriti?
Actually, I use more into ChatGPT, the Perplexity, and Gemini, which also
Mm-hmm.
like the Grammarly one. So I used to write the sentence and ask the Grammarly is already installed, so it will
Yeah.
correct the sentence that I use.
Yeah.
But in my HR field, I can use in recruitment, onboarding also, and the performance management. So it could help me a lot into this.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Ishita, you're back. The question that we are posing is how are you planning to use something different that you've not been doing so far? How are you planning to use AI in learning?
I was always using ChatGPT to a greater extent for especially for brainstorming while I wanted to do the laundry and dishes while I learn and read. But unfortunately, it is yet to be at a common man's availability. So I what I've started doing right now is training my chat GPT little better to understand what I really want from it, how I want to
Hmm.
want it to think, and with some Google research, I could find few things. I've also tried my hands on Perplexity. Uh,
Hmm.
I have been given a pro version by
Yeah.
Airtel, and I'm trying my hands on it, training it. But I still go back to ChatGPT because it knows what I want, how I want, what language do I like to see, and how I want it to think. So, and yes, like how Risha was the one to introduce me to Claude. I have been trying my hands on it, but yeah, for various things, I go back to various tools. A worksheet that I created for a session of mine, I used Perplexity to create the whole worksheet, to plan it through, and just by dictating what I want to do, how I want it to look like. And it
Lovely.
did a pretty fair job. Yeah.
Vivek.
Yeah, hi, ma'am.
Hi,
Hello.
Vivek.
Yeah, hi.
Yes, you're audible. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I use ChatGPT in designing purpose. Whenever I stuck in like something design, if I'm not getting any idea through so I use the ChatGPT to make it elaborate. So that's why I use the ChatGPT. And like more like captions and implement some posters in it, it will give you the good idea. So like in design purpose, I use that.
On designing. Wonderful. So, very evidently, we are using AI from content creation to learning design, lots of administrative stuff, so report analysis, research, all of us are doing data analysis, lots of personalizing the experience through creation of quizzes or queries or adaptive learning, all of that we're doing. Wonderful. We know AI is good. We've all been trying our hands at it. We are experimenting it, but still we are not seeing as much adoption of AI in the learning space. Any ideas what's holding the L&D folks back? What is not encouraging enough for L&D leaders to use AI in their work?
I would love to share something that I experienced firsthand. Um, I was reviewing a case study for preparing for one of the sessions that I was delivering, and I gave the whole, I think, 30-page document with the lack of time. Of course, I wanted to save some time, and I gave it to one of the AI tools and asked it to summarize it for me. It did a good job, but later when I had enough time to read through the document, and I realized that it actually focused on something else based on what it has been trained for.
Hmm,
It did not focus on what I actually wanted. I could have learned something. My summary was something else as compared to how I wanted it at that point in time. Uh, that was something. Secondly, while brainstorming about any learning journey or any creation of a learning plan, it sometimes hallucinates, and AI is known for its hallucinations. Um, and that's where, I mean, then at least I feel that I have lost that 10 minutes, 15 minutes that I spent with you to explain the whole thing again to you. And
hmm,
these are not simple type this email and do this for me and do that for me, create an image. These are not those simple topics. I
hmm,
have been telling it something, training it something, put my inputs and then brainstorming it all together. But after it hallucinates, it's forgot what I have been spending time on in last
hmm.
10 minutes. So that is another thing that I will still trust my own self than going back to AI. I will always recheck its work, although
Yeah.
there
So
is a
one of the
disclaimer every
fears
time.
is the validity. How valid uh, is information generated by AI? So your tendency is to go back and recheck before finalizing. Lovely. What are the fears? Raghav, you came on camera.
Right. So yes, of course, AI tools are hallucinated. Specifically, if you look at ChatGPT, yes, the reason for them is the tools when they're trained, they are always rewarded for giving an answer.
Hmm.
Anything you will ask, they have to give an answer. If you say what is the date of birth for Shanti Sharma, five people will write it. You will get five different dates.
Hmm.
That's how an AI model is trained. So, of course, always checking what is the source, how have you got this information, are you confident? You can even get into the level of prompting where you can say in the customized instructions or when writing the prompts that you are not always correct, I am not always correct.
Yeah.
Strive for accuracy. You will see your
Yeah.
response output will change. Okay, so now
Yeah.
let's look at L&D.
Hmm.
L&D people can use it from multiple ways. The biggest challenge, what I see, is that L&D people are not comfortable putting their organization information on these open sources.
Hmm.
One of the biggest threat is the information that goes into ChatGPT.
So true. Yeah.
Whether you clear the memories or not. the cache and the memory that needs to be cleared on a very, very frequent basis. So I, as one of the user, and my team as a user, we make sure we never put our client names in ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Now, how L&D people can use it? They can, as I said earlier, they can create content, story, quizzes, videos. They can actually take their entire organization framework, their entire competency model, upload it, and then ask ChatGPT what are the things that we can do with this competency model.
Hmm.
Full responses will come. How can I use my competency framework in creating something on a day-to-day basis as a post that I can circulate on a weekly basis?
Yeah.
There are a lot of ways you can use it, but putting that information and getting an output is where I've seen couple of L&D people that I've spoken with are not comfortable putting the information inside the tool.
Yeah, because of data privacy, security concerns, and yeah, we have to figure out a way out. Um, Not only that, sometimes I feel AI is so intrusive. Very silly example, but my daughter and my brother-in-law, both of them are very fond of a particular biryani from a particular store. And whenever we are meeting together, these two will be like, chalo biryani mangate, and it'll be that paneer biryani from that particular place. And even if we are not meeting, and the two phones, my daughter's phone and my brother-in-law's phone, are in the same location, both of them will get ads for the same biryani place and saying, this discount from this place. It's so scary. It is so intrusive that it is noticing, it is influencing your choices, your gosh. So yeah, data is definitely something we need to learn how to use data with AI. Thank you so much, Raghav. Any other fears that stops us from using AI fully well? Amit.
I am not fearing it. Uh,
Mm.
I don't think so because till now no harm done. Benefits are
Oh, I'm
reaping.
done.
Let us see when
Yeah.
whenever the thing. Because see, even I've been in a generation where we talked about computer coming, ruining your life. It did not. It
Mm.
has excelled. We have excelled, and today we are in the era. So I'm not. I'm a kind of person like करते हैं देखते हैं क्या होगा. I mean,
Let's
but
see what
because yeah, let's see
happens.
what happens. Yeah. But
Let's
as you said,
carefully
yes,
tread
it's
the waters.
scary
Yeah.
to hear what you said is that also is to be kept in mind. So how much to share and what to share? I don't have anything to lose, but yes, organizations have a lot to lose in terms of their
Very
data,
true. Very true.
intellectual property, all those stuff. So yes, a person like me who doesn't have anything to lose, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, thank you. Very interesting. I mean, we've got L&D folks here, and I haven't heard budgetary constraints. Is budget not a constraint when using AI?
It's free nowadays, so and yeah, तो
Yeah,
till it is free. In fact, I have heard from my bosses, अरे वो free version है वही use कर लो अभी फिलहाल के
वही
लिए.
use
But
करो.
yeah, yeah, but yeah, going ahead, as I said, but then when I put this worm in his head saying data and privacy, then they say no, no, no. Then let us go ahead and
The
purchase,
paid version. Yeah.
yeah, paid.
And if you really
And
want AI
also,
to
what
be,
happens
huh.
is, sorry, I'm cutting it there.
No, no, no,
Also,
please
what
go ahead.
happens is, organizations are made of people, and people, when I'm using it, it is my own personal thing which I'm using it. And then once I leave the organization, it is gone with me. It is not
Yeah.
going to be archived or somewhere, so that is one thing which bothers me a lot.
Absolutely. And that's what I was saying. When we use AI, which is not integrated or it is not speaking to our LMS, HR, payroll systems, and it is working in isolation, chances are when that system crashes, when that person moves away, when that person's role changes, all of that intellectual property just dies out with that
Correct.
version of GPT and it just
Correct.
goes away.
But I'm
Yeah.
also wondering, do we have LMS with an AI inbuilt?
Yeah, I'm just so not able to recollect its name, and that is what I was saying. Dosibo is one, and Degreed is one, and there
Okay.
is one more. It starts with E.
Because I feel tomorrow your LMS currently, which so-called LXPs they are speaking about,
Yeah,
will also
yeah.
be redundant if you are not in. If your LXP is not, LXP will not be LXP if it is not AI oriented.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'll definitely look back, Amit. I'll have to probably do a bit of Googling. It'll come definitely. So what all of these docebos, degreed, and the one that I'm talking about, it will look at the team, the role, the job descriptions, the current performance, the performance review conversations in the performance management system. It'll create a
Great.
development plan. Accordingly, it will show to the learner saying this is what you are supposed to learn, but it will also say, hey Shanti, Amit is your peer and this is what he is learning. Do you want to learn that too? So it's like social media. So if Shanti and Amit are in similar roles and I like a particular course, it will tell you, you know what, Shanti liked that course. Do you want to go and check out that course?
Same
So
thing like the biryani stuff.
yeah. So, but there, I'm so happy that AI will do that because I am really curious. What are my peers in the industry learning? What are they doing? What's important for them? I would really love to know and learn that too. And if
But
it
at
is
org
custom,
level, Shanti, I feel org level it will be difficult because like currently we have 2000 plus employees
hmm,
for which I am responsible for. Though currently I am bucketing the training requirements of my people.
hmm,
I'm not still at the helm of the things where I am individualizing the learning. It is not happening.
yeah.
But something like this will really. But I am at the other end. I'm also scared now, seeing
Mm-hmm,
at org level again. Uh,
hmm.
what will happen to the trainers? Because because then
So,
they it everything is driven by AI, and then what
yeah,
happens to them? What will be our role? So we have to
role
really
in it.
redefine our role there.
Very true. Redefining our roles is going to become really key, and that'll be my next question. Amit, hang on to that. Let's hear from a couple of others in terms of what might their fears be, and we really have to talk about the reimagining of the L&D space. Yes, Ishita.
There's another fear that I wanted to share
Mm-hmm.
that stops me from outsourcing everything to AI is
Mm-hmm.
recently I spent some time creating agents, Microsoft agents for me, um, which will segregate my emails. So I usually check my emails thrice a day. Morning, I'll check once. And that's the time I spend a lot to filter out which is more important, which is most important, deadline is due. And uh, I tried to create one, but it was so time consuming and I failed again. And
Mm-hmm.
now I don't have the bandwidth to go back and spend so much time just to know that I cannot do it on my own. I don't have a prompt engineering degree or whatever. Uh, I am not a prompt engineer or something, but uh, it should have been something which is little more user friendly, which can have a conversation that this is what I understand, that rephrasing thing again and again, that this is what you want, this is what you want. Yeah.
Yeah, and so the back end is still very technical for the non-technical folks, for people like you and me to start making AI work for us. It is still not that easy. Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks, Ishita. Asabri.
Times there's, I think, too much to figure out on your own. So
Yeah.
if there could be training that could be provided, which
Yeah. But that
eases the
Amit
whole.
said, no, you go in for an AI training, they only teach you prompts. How to create a prompt, how to write a prompt, how to customize a prompt. That too, they'll say, you ask ChatGPT how to write a prompt for you. Then the real AI training is really not happening. There is nothing that teaches us how to create a workflow using AI, how to create an agent using AI. I think we really need that training.
The
Totally
space
agree.
of AI is still not integrated as part of daily work life.
Mm.
It is still a separate entity that needs to be addressed that needs to be addressed at some points in time.
Yeah.
But
You know,
actually, it
I'm
needs to.
married to a Rajasthani Sharma, and there is a phrase that they use, Teri meri bane na, tere bina sare na. And that means I want you in my life, but I'll keep fighting with you. So that's our relationship with AI. Yeah. What else?
But I mean, there's so many people. Even I'm not able to figure out. There could be one genius who can tell us, apart from prompting, what is it, or
I'm
should we? It is
sure
like,
there are,
open book.
just that we've not figured out who they are. Very true. I'm sure there are because people are doing it. The other day,
Correct.
Instagram gave me, Ishita, what you are doing. Can an email segregate my emails, tell me it, so that tool can even create your response in your tone and keep it in your draft so that you just see it, review it, and say send, 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 send. So I'm like, should I try it? But it's a paid version, so I'm holding on to it. मैं कितने AI का कितना paid version लूं? So I'm just very tempted. If there is a tool that will simplify my 500 emails a day, I love it. Yes, Raghav.
Thank you. Okay, so let's look at one tool at a time. Uh,
Hmm.
I want to actually break it and make easy for everyone to use AI tools.
Hmm.
The first and the foremost thing is stick to one tool to start with. I would always advise stick to one and be with it for the time being. Don't go with too many tools. The reason why I'm saying so is training every tool is different. The way you prompt every tool is very different. A prompt that would work for ChatGPT will never work for Perplexity.
Hmm.
That's the first thing.
Good to know. Yeah.
Second, define at least 5 things, maybe 6 things that you want to use with AI. What do you want to do with AI?
Hmm.
ऐसा नहीं है कि AI आ गया है तो यूज करना जरूरी है.
Hmm.
Believe you me, Navjeet does not use AI that much. Never, it's hardly
Oh,
5% of his life.
wow.
It is totally the work that you are doing, whether you need AI or not.
Hmm.
The third point is any tool that you want to use. Just don't go on YouTube and see what people are doing in prompting, but explore the tool yourself.
Hmm.
Even if you're using free version, there are a couple of WhatsApp channels that are also available, not only YouTube but WhatsApp channels where people actually give pointers on how to set up your entire chat GPT. For example, Shanti ma'am, and then I'll come to Amit. Shanti ma'am, can you share your screen that chat GPT again? I'll show you something. In the meantime, Amit, please please contribute.
Yeah, please.
Yes, please. I am
So
sharing my screen.
I was just wondering, very recent example. We had this internal radio, okay, wherein we had an team member of mine who had a lovely voice, and he was, the apple's eye for everyone because the way he was very good at it. But now suddenly one of the team members, the another team member in our team,
Mhm.
he used a tool which was much better than, because it gave you script, it gave you everything. Now see the motivation level of that person saying, यार मैंने इतने मेहनत करके मैं आवाज लगा करके सब कुछ करता था, I used to do everything. Now suddenly this machine is coming and replacing, and I'll tell you it is much better than the person himself. So I'm just
Yeah.
wondering what and now the KRA has changed. Earlier KRA was for him, radio also is part of you and you're the voice of the radio, but now it
Yeah.
is gone. So what to do? I mean, that is one also scares me at team level and org level. It's very difficult. It's very difficult in coming days.
Spot
Thank you,
on.
Rahul, for giving that space. Yeah.
My pleasure. Now, in this Shanti ma'am, if you look at, I understand you're using the free version, but if you
Yeah.
go on to the right
Yeah.
and in upgrade, just click on your name,
My name.
bottom left, sorry, bottom left.
Yeah.
Click on this, please. Now click on personalization. Now people will say all these tones, but if you see the word personality, there is an option which says default.
Hmm.
I use the last option. This also changes the entire personality. People don't know about it, and no trainer will
Yeah.
train you.
So
These are
true.
nick things that needs to be taken care of. If somebody yes can teach it, that how do you do a basic setup of your chat GPT, 90% of the
Yeah. Very
now
interesting. Very
when you
interesting.
are giving the custom instructions,
Thank you,
give it in
Raghav.
pleasure. Give it in pointers, and you will see your output will keep changing.
Hmm.
Specific custom instructions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is very easy for the AI to read rather than reading so many statements and then trying to understand how many instructions I have.
Hmm.
You can go to the level, you can say that I am a traditional executive coach
Hmm.
posted on activities that are done through AI regarding coaching. It will keep giving you those tips and tricks.
Oh.
When it comes to your email part, on the left side of this menu under personalization is app and connectors.
Yeah.
Click on connectors. Acha, because you don't have a paid version. So you can actually select Gmail, connect your email ID. So you will literally do a single sign on like you do it with LinkedIn or any other, and it would start fetching your emails. You can put your task, daily task, weekly task. You can actually say that, okay, every day at 4 p.m., give me all the top hurricane news coming across the world. It will give you all of
Hmm.
that info. So
Raghav, why don't you do a session for us on using GPT?
we'll be happy to do it, ma'am.
Actually, actually,
So, but see, somebody yes has to come and teach this. How I have learned is I follow very specific people on YouTube. They
Hmm.
are using AI agentic workflow designers. So they
Yeah.
use tools like N8N and so on and so forth for or make.com to make workflows. That
Hmm.
if you have to do a LinkedIn post, you do a search from Perplexity, pick the content, go into ChatGPT, convert it into a well organized content,
Hmm.
and then post it on LinkedIn. And from LinkedIn, it gets posted to your WhatsApp. So the 20 minute of activities doing copy paste actually gets completely omitted, and you put your timelines and everything, so on and so forth. I follow such people, and I'll be happy to maybe share the names with Ishita later today, or maybe tomorrow, Saturday. I can give, and maybe you can circulate an internal email to everyone.
Well, you
Follow
are
those.
on the group. Please feel free to share it on the group. It's for us only.
I'll do that. And
Yeah.
then there are very specific. So if all of you are on WhatsApp,
Hmm.
irrespective of a personal connection or a business application, just
Hmm.
go on to the option of WhatsApp which says updates. And in updates, you will have two categories. One will say status and one will say channels. And this is only on the mobile app, not on the web version.
Hmm.
It will say
Yeah.
channels, a button to say explore.
Yeah.
If you click on explore, there is an option which says search, and you can just write chat GPT without any space. You can write open AI without any space. You will get very specific channels.
Oh.
There will be one channel which will say chip slash chat
Hmm.
GPT, that it's a German channel. Similarly, perplexity AI, there is a channel AI tricks, AI space tricks. These are channels that are available. पता नहीं कौन post करता है because there are different moderators for them, but they give a lot of tips and tricks which can help you. So it's more about now learning and then doing the experiments yourself.
Yeah. This is so valuable. This is so valuable. Thank you, Raghav.
Let me do a couple of things here also. So now
Yeah.
if you close this particular pop-up and come back to a new chat in ChatGPT, otherwise then I'll share my screen because you have a free version. हाँ, so अगर आप इस पे plus sign पे click करेंगे ना, you can actually choose options. So if you say I want to create an image, so please
Hmm.
select the option create an image. Even before you type your prompt, you can actually choose a slide, the style. And if you look at a style which says a headshot, dramatic headshot, I've actually, so if you click on dramatic headshot, it's the third option. Yeah. क्लिक ऑन इट, ये आपका बेसिक प्रॉम्प्ट आ गया. अब इसके आगे आप लिख लो. आज का जो मैंने लिंक्डइन पोस्ट किया है ना, फ्राइडे मीम, लिंक्डइन कंपनी पेज पे अपना टैलबॉय का, इट वाज
हाँ.
एक्चुअली using this particular prompt. I removed the part
Wow.
which black and white and headshot and the aspect ratio of 4:3. And then I had my standard prompt that it should be a comic image, two panel. These are the bubbles I want to say. Very simple things, but you have to experiment. So
Hmm.
now, I don't know if I create an image, I can actually choose styles. A lot of people don't even select that you have to select the option of image.
Yeah.
When you have
Yeah,
a paper,
I didn't know that I never clicked on this plus. I've never clicked on this plus. So yeah.
there
Most of us.
Yeah.
similarly, if you look at perplexity, in
Huh.
perplexity, it has a base version which is their own model.
Hmm.
But if you have a paid version of perplexity, you can actually choose Claude, you can choose Sonnet, you can actually choose ChatGPT. So if somebody who's using perplexity, a paid version, then do
Hmm.
not use ChatGPT then.
Hmm.
It will solve 99% things what ChatGPT is doing. All you have to do is at the time of prompt, you have to just select the model of ChatGPT.
Wow.
Within
Yeah.
this also, there is another option.
और शेयर करूं. हाँ.
Within ChatGPT also there are models.
Hmm.
If you see the ChatGPT which is on the left side next to this upgrade button on the left with the drop down, top में,
हाँ.
लेफ्ट साइड पे मैम,
ये हाँ.
आप क्लिक करेंगे ना, so you can actually see what are the different models that are available. अभी आपका
Hmm.
कम option है. If I see, I've got couple of more options. I can actually, I'll be happy to share my screen and maybe
Yes,
show you
please.
guys.
Yes, please. Please go ahead.
Thank you. But वो है कि आप लोगों को whoever is learning from this should experiment. If you will not
Yeah.
experiment, then there is no fun of doing things. So actually, I've got different models. So right now I'm on an automatic basis, but
Hmm.
otherwise, my day-to-day task, I actually use an
Hmm.
instant prompt. When I'm doing a deep research, so if I have to do a deep research for a particular topic, so if I
Hmm.
want to see how I can use Chat GPT or OpenAI as a assisted model for my L&D in my organization, I would actually go first choose thinking.
हाँ.
Thinking, I would actually go for my deep research. In deep research, I will only use the web search option. I will not even go to Google. So I've actually mapped my Google Drive and my Gmail, but I
Hmm.
can actually map Google Scholars as well. Google Scholars has lot of information, lot of research papers, lot of publications. तो चैट
Wow.
जीपीटी का knowledge repository खुद ही बन जाता है.
Hmm.
Then I will start writing my prompt and I'll not assign any role, but I'll now start asking information.
Hmm.
It will take time. It will tell how much time it's going to take in thinking, so on and so forth.
Very
Does
nice.
it
Very nice.
matter if we use the word dear and thank you? There are rumors that it
Correct.
likes being named as dear, hello, and thank you, like
Correct.
that.
Very true. Very true. So words like thank you, please, kindly, NA should not be used with them. It gives a lot of stress on the servers because these are AI and not humans. So for them to understand an emotion is a little problem. But if you are training it to conversate with you, go ahead and use it. So now it
Okay.
will do a big research on all the 5 points to elaborate them and so on and so forth. But that's how, so it's a different use case altogether. And while it is doing this, let me quickly open Perplexity also and show you how it is different. So I've actually got, ma'am, I've got a whole list of AI tools that I'm using actually.
Yeah.
So now in Perplexity, so this is again a paid version, you can actually choose the model. So right now I'm using the ChatGPT 5 model instead of saying that, okay, I want to use a default model. So again, what is the use case? What do you want to use it for? And
So,
then
Raghav,
again,
any customizations you have done on the ChatGPT page, will they be pulled in here when you say you want to use the ChatGPT 5 model?
no, here no. Then you have to set it
Here,
up again.
set it up
Here you
again.
have to
Got it.
set it up again. Yeah.
उतना भी स्मार्ट नहीं है.
हाँ, क्योंकि ये अलग login है ना. It can be a
हाँ.
different email login altogether, and ChatGPT login will be a different email login altogether. So they are not connected anyways. And because they are competitors, so you can't even connect them together.
Ah, there you go.
So now it's reading sources. I can see what sources. It's still working. It will take time, but these are kind of use cases people can actually work on. Uh, One of the old prompts that I was talking about. So this was something that I was doing long back. I'm open sharing confidential information because it's not so confidential. But like I say, hello ChatGPT, to ask me how's my day going. My day was good. We keep talking like this. So I see that you are new. Five ChatGPT 5. What is it? So it will tell me the difference. Then I can ask, okay, what are your strengths and weaknesses? So it will do a comparison. It will talk about hallucination as well, overconfidence, hallucination. So you keep
Mm.
asking, okay, can I get a playbook on how can I use ChatGPT more effectively? मतलब बहुत कुछ कर सकते हो आप इसमें. So how is my questioning ability? So it will tell me what are my strength areas of questioning style and what are my growth opportunities. What is the assessment it feels about me? And then I can ask, okay, am I in the top 1% of the top users as per their questioning style? And then it will say, okay, no, yes, whatever the response
Mm.
is. You can build on your conversation.
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
I'll be happy to do some session, but again, two things. Stick to a tool, find out 5 or 6 things that you really want to achieve out of the tool.
Yeah.
करना क्या
So,
चाहते
what would help you structure that session, Raghav, so that we can ask in our WhatsApp group what, you know, uh, that it'll set the direction of your session. Um, what would help you design that workshop?
Kindly give me a day or so. Let
Sure.
me think on this and let me come back because I want to, if I do this kind of a session, I want to understand, should I make it a very generic session? Should I make it very specific for L&D people? Should I make it very specific for business leaders? How
Mm.
should I do it? So give me time, give me a day or two. Let me think about it.
Sure.
I'll coordinate with Ishit. I'll get it done.
Wonderful. Would be very happy. And Amit, when you say please add me to the WhatsApp group, you are referring to the GWS Learning Guild WhatsApp group.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll
If you
give
can
my number
respond,
here.
please do. That's what I wanted. Done. Um, yeah, my last question was what can L&D do to stay relevant, not be replaced by AI? What should it be doing? Would be my last question.
Can you please come again?
What should learning L&D teams be doing to stay relevant and not be replaced by AI to continue to survive? पैसे भी चाहिए.
I think it's going to be on a case by case basis. Somebody has to really sit, fed
Hmm.
ChatGPT about themselves, their work profile, everything about them from a personal trait to different competencies they have. And then they can ask a direct question that how they can use ChatGPT into their day-to-day roles.
Yeah,
That is, I think, one way to start with.
very interesting.
The other way is, aligning it with the organizational goal. Because at individual level, what Raghav says, I completely agree with him. That is how it should be. But I think that one has to start understanding what and where the organization is moving, and
Mhm.
accordingly integrate. Like Asawari also was mentioning, that it should be integrated in your life. Then only it is possible. So we can't treat it as a separate entity. So it will be a mixture of Raghav and Asawari saying what it should be aligned with the org and then with the individual and then take it down the line drilling it. So that is what we should be doing, mapping every inch of it and practicing every day chat gpt at least half an hour. Like what Raghav does is exemplary. I mean, hats off to him, the way he has learned the skill. It's very impressive. Half an hour every day on AI. I think
Uh-huh.
that is what life should be.
Noted. That's what Raghav has made me think too. What am I doing? Lovely. Lovely. What else? Ishita, go ahead.
Um, on a very softer level, uh, I think AI can never replace the value a human adds to any organization. I'll give an example, something that Team Grow with Satori be able to relate. So when I think about value, I remember my colleague from Grow with Satori team, Ria. We call her Bond the Builder. Even our external partners, our communities would have never heard her name, but she is the one behind the scenes. Um, though most of us within this screen, many of us may not know her, but she is there and adding her value constantly. Uh, AI can never replace that. We call her the bond the builder. I am overwhelmed with something. I leave everything. I work from a remote location from my home, and I leave everything and just give her a random call. Hey, what you doing? And she will, the way she can relax me out, I can share my heart out. Can AI do that? Yes, maybe. It can be a coach, but how comfortable I am. They say that if you are not comfortable speaking something in public, don't share it with AI. But I know that ear that has heard my problem or what I'm going through, she is there guiding me to whatever. I mean, she is not giving me the best of advice possible, but she is. I know she is a well wisher, and the information that landed there will will not go against me at any point in time. Can that genuinity, can AI bring that genuinity, is what I think. This is at a very soft level. If people think that everything is replaced by AI, where human are just eating and pooping, I don't know about that world, but uh, yeah, at an organization where even one human is there, where is that connection, where is that value coming from, is what I feel. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Reassuring. Uh, AI cannot replace everything, but it can help us do things better, faster. Uh, yeah. What
And I
else can
loved
it?
what Amit quoted a while ago, that we come from a generation where when it was 1999, we were worried that, oh my God, systems will crash. Uh, but we survived with
We
everything.
survived.
And we
When
have all
computers
those little.
landed, even that was a huge thing that, it's going to eat away jobs. And there was a time I was working for Pusa Institute. There was a whole room of women 50 plus, uh, who were punched card operators. uh, they refused to learn computers or learn typing or anything. They said we are punched card operators. So they had no jobs. It was a government office, so they can't be sacked. But 100 of them were just redundant. And there was a big hall where they would sit and knit and eat and chilo mutter and all that stuff. Uh, so true. It is. Hmm.
I remember my dad sharing something with me that in their time it was, they never saw computers while growing
Hmm.
up.
Yeah.
The first computer that he bought was for me for my education, because I used to get assignments that I have to sit back and do at home, and that was the first internet connection that we ever got at home.
Ah, yeah.
To make sure that, because my dad was even educated, that it's a young girl that you're giving the laptop or the computer to, be mindful what is she using it for. That's why the laptop was placed right on the dining table in the middle of the room, uh,
Mm.
just to be mindful, because they had their own worries at that
Oh,
time.
worries. Yeah.
um, yeah, I mean,
But
thinking on his
wrong.
lines.
Now
See,
a 3-year-old kid says, Mera phone, my phone. I don't know how that happened, but that's what COVID has done, right? Uh, I had not introduced phones to my kids until COVID. And then there was no other way out during COVID because I was doing work. Their teachers would send assignments and which is on WhatsApp and only I have it. So finally they had no choice but to give them their own laptops, their own phones in eighth grade, which I would have never thought of. But ठीक है, they're doing well. सब कुछ ठीक ठीक चल रहा
We
है.
are the flexible uh, generation where
Generation.
we know that okay, this is something that I don't know, but I can figure it out.
I
I
will
think a lot
figure
of
it out.
hands have come up, so I'll mute
Yes,
myself.
Chandramouli, go ahead.
Ma'am, we can't replace AI fully, ma'am, because it is created by human being.
Yeah, that's very powerful,
So
no? We
yes,
created
ma'am.
it and it is learning, but we've created something that keeps learning on its own. That's my worry. And
I
I
think
don't know how much and what all it will learn. Uh, as long as we keep the reins in ourselves, I'll feel safe. Otherwise, that lack of safety is there. But very true. We created it and we can control it too. Thank you, Chandramouli. Yes,
And that
Amit.
too,
Ah,
I think there is no person to there is no person without using AI on a daily basis. Like either it is in corporate office, I mean, personal
yeah.
work.
Absolutely true that. You won't find people, sometimes we may not even realize, even before I had heard of AI and, all of these GPTs and all couple of years ago, we were all using AI. You go to Amazon, you buy it, it'll recommend more stuff. That was AI.
Yes, ma'am.
Netflix will recommend more of the genre that you like, and all of that was AI. So we were still using AI, just that we didn't realize till ChatGPT threw that name out, and then we all became aware of okay, AI bhi cheese hai. Thank you. Yes, Samit.
I just I was talking to my nephew, and he was sharing, that his sister, that is my niece, um, was going on a excursion in the school, and she asked the chat GPT, ki, I'm going to falana falana place called Dharwad. Please give me the itinerary. And this is a 9-year old doing this stuff. So imagine, Asavari, that we are talking about the system getting integrated. It is already started. So the new generation which is coming up, they already know what to do and how to use it. Probably we are the genre where
They are learning.
we need to get and as earlier also said, we are very agile generation. So I think we will pick up, and I love what Raghav did is use cases. So Rose ek use cases I will ask ChatGPT to give me, and probably I'll learn from it and then start applying it. That would be a good thing to do. Thank you, Raghav. You have been an inspiration for me here today. And
For all
thank
of
you,
us, it looks like.
Shantiji, for bringing him here.
My
Most
pleasure to
welcome.
My pleasure to be of help. And I'm quickly sharing my screen again. I'm being mindful of the session time as well. So ChatGPT took some time, but it actually has given up. I'm not sure how good the fonts are right now in terms of
Hmm.
views, but it actually took about 8 minutes, used 15 sources and 54 different web links, uh, saying that what are the use cases an open LLM can do. So remember, this is not just ChatGPT; it's an open AI LLM right now for
Yeah.
any large enterprise of 10,000 employees. So it is saying that you can do personalized learning pathways at scale. And what it is recommending is to have a tailored LLM in the organization. It has given a couple of researches, which I'll show it at the, these are cited at the last of
Yeah.
this. The second is virtual AI coaching and on demand, very specifically LLMs with chatbot, where the coaching conversations are happening between a chatbot and a human using role plays and so on and so forth. Automated content development with localization. So it is not only the multilingual change, but also the interactive scenarios where you can influence these scenarios with the culture. So whatever happens in Bangalore is very different that happens in Gurgaon. So that those kind of things can be automated. The last is intelligent skill assessment and adaptive learning. So this is what it is giving, and then it's for the scaling delivery, and it is giving all the different sources that are there. So citations, it has been picking up from McKinsey, Verisand, McKinsey, Learning Technologies UK, V Forum, KPMG, V Forum, PwC, KPMG, and so on and so forth. The reason why
Valid
it has so
sources.
very specific sources, because I've trained ChatGPT to give me only these sources.
Lovely.
So again, I'll go back and I'll show how this personalization has. So use research study reports from McKinsey, Gartner, World Economic Forum, Statistica, Deloitte, KPMG, PwC, and EY. So somewhere the research that deep model has done, the deep research has been influenced कि अच्छा हाँ McKinsey दिखा दो तो उसको मिल गया McKinsey तो उसने डाला है,
Hmm.
that kind of a thing. So that's how your tool actually works. Now I can get into a very deep conversation with ChatGPT and say कि अच्छा हाँ ये बता मैं कैसे कर सकता हूँ, ये बता, give me an example, how can I do it. My organization is into logistics, so
Yeah.
people don't say AI, they don't have those fancy big screen phones, there are some limitations. Now you tell me what can I do. तो कहीं ना कहीं वो individual, and Amit, you are absolutely right, I agree, but वो एक individual से start होके एक organization में जाएगा
Ah,
सीधा
okay.
organization. As an L&D person first, and I'm not an L&D person, but as an L&D person, as an analogy, I need to see what role, contributions, day to day things I want to do. सर्कस है, सर्कस में सब अपना पार्ट कर रहे हैं, बट अगर मैं ट्रिपेजियम पे वो जंप करता हूं तो मैं वो करना भी चाहता हूं कि नहीं करना चाहता, इज वेयर दैट
Yeah.
थॉट
Okay.
इज.
Okay. I had another thought to it क्योंकि why I said that is uh, is the organization ready for it? मैं ready हूँ, but is the organization ready? Probably no. Then it becomes very difficult to sell the whole idea also कि ये देखिए ऐसा होगा. So that is the reason I was saying कि it's like both have to go parallelly, otherwise it will be difficult.
Yeah.
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 But thank you so much.
Agree.
Yeah, thanks.
Agree.
Just understand, learn about LLMs, how an organization can have an LLM, what are the expenses, what are the resources that are involved, how you can use it, train it, evolve it, so on and so forth.
Yeah. So the last question I was asking was what can L&D do to remain relevant? And that's what Raghav has responded. Okay. Train yourself so that you can tell your leaders what are the possibilities. Possibilities are endless, so your job remains safe.
Believe you me,
Wonderful.
jobs will not, believe you me,
No.
jobs, आज भी कंटेंट राइटर्स हैं, टीचर्स आज भी हैं, प्रोफेसर्स आज भी हैं, जॉब्स विल नॉट गो, इट्स जस्ट पीपल विल फोकस ऑन मोर इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स.
More
eating food
important things.
eating food is mandatory, that will always go on. Whether we get into farming or not is optional.
Is optional, absolutely. And when I was working in corporates, I would tell my team if you can write what you do in a sequence of steps, tomorrow a machine is going to be doing it. So think about things that you cannot write in a sequence of steps because that's where your cognition is being put to use. If you're not using your brain, then we don't need you. That's what people need to really focus on. Where is it that they're adding that humanness, that creativity, that machines cannot yet? And I'm being very cautious about saying that cannot yet. We don't know when they will be able to, and I hope they are never able to. While I definitely want AI to be really helping easing out the work that we do. Wonderful, lovely discussions. I enjoyed it. We will share the recording in a while. Um, we are deciding not to have an open house in December. Just so you know, last month we will just sit and reflect how the year went, what all we did, what can we do in the next year. Uh, Raga, we will turn to you to for the next session to see how that goes, and we will all connect again to see where we want to take the community. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of the week. Happy weekend. Enjoy
Thank
yourself.
you.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Shanti. Thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot. It was pleasure
Thanks.
meeting you all.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye bye.